In Wycliffe's time, everyone would have been a Christian. The Jews were expelled from England in 1290, so Christianity was the only religion. And of course, this is long before the Protestant Reformation, so there was simply the Church, the Catholic Church.
The Roman Church at the Fourth Lateran Council proclaimed the sovereignty of the Pope. The Pope was claiming universal jurisdiction over the nation states. You had God, under him the Pope, and under the Pope everything else.
Kings come and go, but the church remains. Wars start and they end, but the church remains.
The highest-ranking clerics in medieval Europe would have come from the leading families that also produced the kings and princes of Europe as well.
If you're a bishop, you are like a baron or an earl. But the difference is you don't inherit the episcopal see. You earn it. And you earn it by playing politics effectively.
There's no clear and easy division between political and spiritual in the medieval period. Often the bishop would be your local landlord.
The church owned a third of Europe at the time. And so a good portion of the land was owned by the church in England.
The church accounted for a tremendous amount of land ownership, taxation, and so forth. It was a very wealthy and powerful institution. But religious life would have been very diffuse.
The fact that the church ends up getting so much money is because part of the time, people are grateful for the role of the church in their lives. And certainly some people would have loved their parish priests.
Some priests were very strict in confession. Other priests were pretty lenient. Some priests were very friendly. Other priests were very high-handed.
I'm sure there was a big variety between all the different parish priests, but they were approached with respect and deference because they were understood to have particular powers. Certain prayers and the laying on of hands would change the very nature of things. And so people would have seen their local parish priest as the gateway to God. So if you want to go to God, you don't kneel down by your bedside and pray. You can't open your Bible because you don't have one, so you would go to your priest. If you needed forgiveness because you'd done something wrong, you would go for confession. And so there was a high valuing of priests, but a lot of that was because of the power that they had. There might be some things that we look at the medieval church and we actually admire. We might see a church that is involved in every aspect of life, a church that was the only source of education, a church that had everybody's attention, a church that did, in many places, look after the poor. But I think there also were many things about the medieval church that we'd be distinctly uncomfortable with today.